for cars to start. Oh, got smoked right there.
And that's Alex LeBay in the 36. He's a Canadian known for his road racing ability, driving for Mario Goslin, and that will bring out our first caution. It happens at lap 5. Was running 17th when he got out of shape.
Man,
All by himself.
it just shows you the difference in what that air does to those cars, in particular off the corner. Sometimes you have a lot of wheel in it, and sometimes you just never know. Got loose, it's going to...
Right here past the start-finish line, one car goes spinning down to the inside. That car out of control is going to be Cesar Baccarella goes spinning down to the inside. He got a tag from behind in a bump draft right off the tri-oval, and Baccarella
is the guy that won it last year. That's Michael Annette.
Oh, they almost all got through.
Austin Hill, Joe Graff Jr. also get a piece of it.
I think Michael, he got hit right in the door. He might...
Joe Graff is definitely
another day. These guys are in big trouble.
You see the water trail and oil trail behind the car. That means the radiator's knocked out.
Just got loose, getting into the corner. We've all been there before.
Nice miss by Riley Herbst.
Herbst had a couple of good moves to stay out of trouble early in that truck race last night.
I think he hit him right behind the left front. The car will probably be okay. These two, not so much.
Hated for Joe Graff Jr., who was making his first start in that 08 car and qualified up front.
All of it. Yeah, this track gains character, bumps, get bigger. Caution's out again, and it's the 90. Cesar Baccarella. They're trying to make repairs to that car. Looks like he's had some trouble here on the back straightaways.
Looks like he's past pit entry now. There's the tail end of what happened with Cesar. Pretty heavy contact with the front. However, he got turned around.
Drivers, let them make the decisions they need to make. Look how aggressive this is. Yeah, Briscoe's trying to all there. Caution's out on the racetrack.
And around goes the 0. So Jeffrey Earnhardt has spun and hit the wall hard, moved the front and back of that car. And also the 52, that's Cody Vanderwall, the 19-year-old.
Man, right there for Jeffrey Earnhardt's car going down into turn 1. Looks like he had a left rear tire flat, and you see him get loose and lose control of the car hard into the outside wall. And these guys behind him, I believe, get collected in this as they try to slow down. There's the contact.
in his mirror. There's a crash on the racetrack.
Caution out, the 07. That's Ray Black Jr. Fourth yellow flag we've seen here this afternoon. Second time it is waved in our final stage.
It's got a sneaky feeling, Adam. We're going to see a few more of these before we get to the checkered flag, because a guy that you might let squeeze in a hole earlier, probably going to think twice before you do it. At this point, you can see the right front looks like the tire was...
Oh, yeah, as you see back there in the back of the pack there, it looked like the 19 trying to get in line and just misjudged it a little bit. And I believe Ray Black Jr. was just the innocent bystander in the wrong place, wrong time. And you know, good news, he didn't hit anything, but he does get some nose damage right here as he shovels into the grass. So hopefully it's not that bad.
Tyler Reddick just outside the 90. He gets lucky to get through that. As you see the 90 spin, collects the 22, the 00 got lucky. It is clear. Safest place to be.
Reddick.
Oh, there it is.
Right behind him, another one hits.
Keep digging, still inside.
Oh, Creed across the grass.
Caution out. How hard did...
Creed in the 8 slides through the grass, as does the 23 John Hunter Nemechek. He comes back. The front end of that car destroyed.
Tires are up. We'll stay out here if we can.
Another spinning.
It seems like that sometimes all starts at the beginning. We saw the block. Here they go through this wet grass. Well, that's our guy's teammate, right? It's the momentum. As the momentum's lost.
Now it squeezes the blood flow.
Brandon Jones.
Brandon Jones, who won the opening stage, crashes at the end of stage 2 and more contact. Wow, that was scary. Cody Ware in the 17 got it. Red flag is out at Daytona for the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Big crash as we ended stage 2, and it all started with Brandon Jones.
Yeah, it did. Just, you know, it's unfortunate. The thing is, the grass looks so short. It's just so much rain today. As soon as he got in that...
We were talking about earlier how it makes those splits.
Pinsky, all the races that he's won, even at this...
And here we go. Crash. 6 laps remaining. It's our 9th caution of the night. The 4 is Landon Castle. And that 44, Tommy Joe Martins.
Just got turned.
Yeah, it's going to need more than Blue Emu to fix that and make that feel better.
I hate it for Tommy Joe. And unresponsive. He's just trying to get that car going. He is moving around inside the race car.
Just got turned in the right rear.
That black car, Jeff Burton.
To the middle. That's aggressive. No went to the middle. Now he's going to bring all of his teammates. Oh, you can turn
Around goes Brandon Jones in the 19. Collects the 0-2. Off it. They go back up and collect. Hang on to it. Hang on to it.
big rig there.
The 8 is in there. So Daniel Hemrick not running a full schedule as well. Noah Gregson in the 9. Just re-signed with Junior Motorsports.
And those got some left front suspension damage. Tie rod broke on that car. The 7's got heavy damage here. The 19's going to try to come down the track and go under Timmy Hill, but the 98's there. You know, Briscoe backed out, tried to allow him to save it. These guys behind are just, you know, just drive into it. You can't slow your car down on these plate tracks. They don't run.
Look at that.
Oh,
And there goes Ty Dillon. Big crash.
Didn't see that coming. Ty Dillon moved out and tried to go 3 wide. Unfortunately, collected a lot of cars right there. I don't know.
Mainly from the standpoint that you took 3 teammates, 2 of them just got in the crash together. So now you got individual guys that are going to have to figure out how to do it on their own. It's going to totally change it. This Justin Allgaier fast car all day, he gets caught up in it.
Titus made a move to the outside, went 3 wide. He almost made it. It almost worked. And it just didn't. Couldn't get clear. Tried to. Spun out. And Daniel Hemrick, he didn't do anything wrong there. I mean, it was just, he was along for the ride. Unfortunately, tore a lot of cars up right there.
And the hard part for Ty is he lost that push from Barry. You know, there's a whole car separation. He gets that run and loses him. And then just before he clears Hemrick, that's where he loses that momentum.
Comes up right in front of Gregson.
Oh, wreck.
And we got trouble. That's Jeff Burton. Austin Center at the round.
A lot of great cars right here.
Oh, no. Big hits, too.
We didn't have a big one in this race 1 year ago.
That's inside 10 to go at Daytona.
So the 8's going to push the 9. The 22's going to catch up to the
98
8.
comes up and blocks and stacks him up right here. 22 gets in the back of the 8, knocks him down. Rest is history.
Just kind of one of those stack-ups.
But it's a block. A block stacked them up and created that, but that block was a necessity. If the 98 of Chase Briscoe wouldn't have moved up and slowed down the momentum, he would have been passed right there.
Where?
Not locked bumper. Oh, and around the 7. Justin Allgaier's caught up in this one.
Big crash.
I just blew a left rear out. I don't know how, but I blew a left rear.
Alex LeVay also in the 36. We saw him with damage. There he is. The 99 Joey Gase behind the wheel this week.
Flat right there. Yeah. Ooh. My goodness. Nothing you can do. And all those guys coming in there, like I say, you can't get slowed down. You're trying your hardest to slow down, stop this car, but you got that hard tire sliding across the surface of the track. You got no brake calipers on the car. Rotors are very small.
Steve, this wreck, obviously, for these guys that are in it, you know, a huge disadvantage for them, but for the guys that were in that earlier.
Oh no, there they go. Spinner into the wall, Almirola. Larson out of shape. So is Chase Elliott. And the caution is out again.
We made it so far, Michael, but we just couldn't keep this up. Oh, and they're still hitting.
When we got the green flag, there were 32 cars on the lead lap. You knew there was a potential of this, and now we'll have a second overtime.
pressure from Chase Elliott to Eric Almirola. Kyle Larson goes up to block it, but he just can't sustain it. They're not up to speed. The cars aren't set in the rear, and it just huge spin, as you can tell.
Sadler, big run right there. You saw what he did.
Oh, around goes the 60. Austin Cindric wrecking in front of the crowd. Daniel Hemrick's caught up. Tyler Reddick, Cindric, barrel rolls.
And when you're done, top one.
Lance back on his wheels.
Okay, Matt Tim trying to make a lot happen.
Trying to drive in there to get to his inside, and they just got together. 60 Austin Cindric just wasn't on the very bottom of the racetrack. Opened up a little bit of hole that Matt Tiff you thought was there, and then you can see right here the contact with Reddick. Started Cindric flipping. That's very unusual to see a car back of him. Now there's no one with Elliott Sadler.
We got a crash. We got a crash of travel here.
And behind them, they're wrecking. Ryan Reed involved. Ryan Sieg as well in the 39. And so the caution will come out again. The 0-0, Cole Custer.
He said it. It's just start doing things you wouldn't normally. Now they're 4 wide. 16 going backwards. 93 got it to the back of the 0-0. Sure, that energy of the 16 car, he was having some kind of trouble when he was going back, and I don't know if that contributed to them getting 4 wide, and then eventually you run out of road.
3 wide behind him. Crossover. That's Austin Hill in the 21. Big crash. Up and over. Caution is out. That's Myatt Snyder.
Looks like he's moving around, winning that down. That's a good sign. I believe Austin Hill's got this.
And the leader, Austin Hill. But keep this in mind. We freeze the field when the caution comes out on the final lap. So NASCAR will have to review to determine who was leading when the caution came out.
That's just a bad scenario. Once you get turned around backwards, if he doesn't get hit in the front end, it probably doesn't get airborne. But it's just, you got the other car wedging underneath the front to get the lift there. But it's great to see, like Chad talked about, the safety innovations of these cars. You know, to see Myatt just walk right out, that's a great sign.
And I would be anxious to see how close it was at the time of caution. Because look right here, it looks like the 16's out front. Whew, it had to be really close.
The caution wasn't out at that point when they left our screen, so he was clearly ahead by the time he left the bottom of your monitor.